Okay, so we're going to learn how to find out what cage we're in when we have an arbitrary shape, string shape, which is 3 notes starting from any string. So if we do a C shape, let's say from the 3rd string here, so we've got, so here's the C shape. That's the C string shape. Say we're on the 3rd string here. Now you know what cage it is, right? Because if the C cage is right here, then this is the A cage. So that's the cage we have to uncover, but we want to get there. We want to get there in a different way, because we're not always going to know that this was the C cage to begin with. We're just playing this. And we've determined that this is the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th of whatever's going on with the music. Okay? So how do we figure out what cage we're in? If we start a C shape here, okay, you know it's going to become an A shape. Let's do it in pentatonic. Got to warp up. So I could have, it was easy to go up with it and then warp up into that A shape. Once I knew it was an A shape, I could go down even further from that initial C shape, okay? Now remember, when you're going down in the strings, you go down in fourths, right? So the 4th of the C shape is the F, which there's no F shape, so we diminish it to an E shape. So here's our C shape. We go down to an E shape. Okay, but the 7th isn't in the pentatonic, so in the A shape pentatonic, we just did this. Okay, so what we want to do is essentially get to the bottom string, whether we play our way there or whether we just do it mentally. So when you're on the 3rd string, you have to go 2/4 up. So it would be C shape to E shape to A shape. Whatever the bottom or the top string shape is what the cage is. All right, so that's, it helps to try and memorize this. C to G to D to A to E is in 5th. C to A to E to A to D to G to C is in 4th. All right. The other way to look at it is it's just caged, but every other letter. So you would skip the A to G, skip the E to D. It's a good way to do it, because if you happen to want to go forward or backwards in caged, then you'll know it. So if I started from C here and I went, okay, C, skip A to G. Well, I skipped A, but I can get A on a shared note over here. So I can go. Same thing with G. I can go to E. So now I've got 4 shapes to work with. So the skip, if you do caged in your head and skip every other letter, that can keep you focused on caged until you're comfortable with that enough to just either memorize the circle or just do it in fifths. 5th of C is G, 5th of G is D, 5th of D is A, 5th of A is E, and then the aug 5th is C shape again. We're rolling right along here, I'll tell you. So I've made some adjustments to this chart, and what I've got here is, you can see if this is spinning this way, we've got going this way is is in fifths. This is actually wrong. I'll fix this right away. Alright, I did a vertical flip on this because this has to be this way, not them going around like a pinwheel. So going this way in the circle is in fifths, except E goes to C, augmented. Going this way in the circle is fourth, except C goes to E, diminished. So what does that mean? Again, once you've accepted that the string shapes are as they are, and it's a good idea. This breaks it down for you. So C, all you have to remember is 3 numbers. They're in order in a scale. The G shape is just 3 numbers. The D shape's just 3 numbers. A is just 2. E is just 3. That's all you have to remember is these 5 shapes here, these 5 strings. Then you put them together. They get put together to make the whole fretboard. And then anytime you're on a particular note, you'll know that you can associate the root with 2 of them. It's not just one of them. So the root is is part of the E shape, but it's also part of the G shape. Okay, so each one of the actual notes is associated with 2 of the shapes because they're shared. So the 5, let's say the 5th, the 5th, the big 5th, and then back to the 1. You've got the 5th is shared with the A and with the C shape. Every single shape shares at least 1 note. So C shares the 3 and the 4 because they're considered like one sharing. That half step, they're both shared. So the C shares the 3 and the 4 with the D. Once you know what shape you're on, okay, so you got the 3, 4 here, right? Suppose somebody's playing something in I don't know, maybe F. Kind of thing, and you're doing like okay, let's say someone's playing something in C rather. I can play that low C down, and you're playing this 3, 4 thing. So here's root, right? And you're just doing this. So you're on 3, 4. Let's get a good. Actually, the high one wasn't bad. Okay, so but all you know is you're doing the 3, 4. You just determined that because let's say your rhythm player has already done. He's suspending this chord, right? And you're doing this like that, right? Until you're blue in the face. Where are you? Okay, you're on the C shape. Sorry, you're on the C shape. But you're also on the shape above it. When you're going this way, you're going up a pentatonic scale. All right, so that's the word cage backwards. So C goes to D there. So it's here's C shape. So D shape is that way. All right, so obviously you want to do, go something from there, but that's where the scale is. You could do that, to make the D sound good. So that's the important part about horizontal. Once you know any note you're on, it's going to be shared by its neighboring cage shapes. Cage to the right, pentatonically up from the left. So here we go. C, D, E, G, A, pentatonic scale. That's horizontally now.